Hey, I wanted to address a question real quick that I see a lot, and the question is, are my guns LiPo ready? Or if you're looking to buy one, is the gun I'm buying going to be LiPo ready? Now, the answer to the question is yes. Every gun pretty much is LiPo ready. There's no gun, except for maybe Walmart guns, that you can't buy, and as long as it's got a mini Tamiya connector, you can plug in a LiPo and it'll cycle. Now, the real question is, how long will my gearbox last with a LiPo battery? See, if you have a cheaper gun, the LiPo will work and it'll destroy the gearbox very quickly. And if you have a more expensive gun, well, hopefully the idea is that it'll be built better and it will last longer with a LiPo battery. So in the end, everything breaks, but the question you should be asking is how long until it does break. Now that that's out of the way, say if you have like a classic Army, this is a gun I reviewed before. This is the Sportline model of their M4. Now, is it LiPo ready? Yes, it is LiPo ready. You can plug a LiPo in, it'll fit, it'll plug in, and it will go and shoot. Would I suggest running a LiPo on it all the time? I wouldn't be able to tell you because I haven't been able to do it for more than just a few minutes, but some people will say, yeah, I've had good experiences and my gearbox ran for years and it just finally gave out, you know. Other people say I plugged it in and within an hour it broke. Now, obviously, this is one of the more cheap guns, and so the gearbox isn't quite built to take the higher rate of fire and the faster trigger response. It also has to do with the thickness of the wiring and the quality of the electronics, and a little bit to do with the MOSFET systems. So that being said, you know, do some research on the gun that you have before you go ahead and plug a LiPo in, and make sure that you're running a 7.4 or an 11.1 based on the actual capability of your gun. Don't just plug in an 11.1 and expect it to magically work, because even the best guns will get fried sometimes. Now, putting that gun aside and picking up, this is my SR10. Now, if you ask anybody, they go, oh yes, this gun's obviously LiPo ready. Like I said before, pretty much every gun's LiPo ready, but this one is built to take an 11.1 LiPo. Now, that means that it takes, it has the ability to put out a very high rate of fire because it takes the 11.1, which is much greater than a 9.5 nickel metal hydride, 9.6 rather. But then again, these things aren't infallible. This has the 2GX gearbox. It's very well built. I really suggest it. The thing is, I put an 11.1 into it, and within 450 rounds, the gearbox broke. One of the gears stripped, and actually a couple teeth broke off, I think. So I sent it back to him. Luckily, it was under warranty. But again, like I'm saying, LiPo ready doesn't always mean that you want to use the best LiPo or the most powerful LiPo that you can. Kind of take it one step at a time. So I run 7.4 volt LiPos in here, and I'm perfectly happy with about 24 feet per second, or 24 rounds per second. Getting my acronyms and lettering mixed up on you. So yeah, basically check, do research, ask somebody who owns the gun. Some gearboxes are going to need upgrading to run a LiPo for longer than a few days. Some guns are already built to take a LiPo and last their whole lifespan using a LiPo. So with that in mind, go ahead, and if you have any questions, ask me. If you want to know if I've run a LiPo on a certain gun, you can ask me, or I might know somebody who has and been successful or busted a gearbox. So thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful.